Here's a glass of water. Do you see it as half full or half empty? Regardless of what your answer is, the fact is that the amount of water doesn't change, only how you view it. This century-old phrase designed to teach you to look on the brighter side of life is actually a prime example of framing. You can also understand it as the way an issue is posed. How something is represented can have significant influence on our judgment. So today, let's look at 4 common types of framing to help us understand how our perceptions are impacted by this effect either consciously or unconsciously on a day-to-day basis. First, frame inversion can be thought of as reversing true statistics in order to present them in a more favorable way. This is a tactic often used by food labels. So, even though these 2 steaks have the same nutritional content, you'd be more likely to choose the one that says 80% lean because it better showcases the cut of meat as healthier. Next, let's talk about comparison. Comparison is a powerful tool. You may even have heard of it as the thief of joy. All jokes aside, the essence of this branch of framing is that things appear different next to other things, like these 2 lines. They're both the same length, but one appears to be longer, and the other shorter. Similarly, these 2 groups of circles have the same effect. Our brain interprets their sizes differently by comparing them to their immediate surroundings when they're actually still the same size. Another cool way that framing influences our perception is through associations. By utilizing preconceived notions or our existing schemas, we retrieve different information from the same phrase. Even though these 2 are composed of the same exact words, we read them differently, solely based upon their font. Finally, let's talk about reframing the reference point, or changing the context in which the same information is presented. For example, Red Bull reframed sugary, caffeinated, carbonated beverages as energy drinks, allowing them to charge much more money for much less liquid than Coke. Monster Energy is still superior, though, in my opinion. All that said, we can use this information to manipulate ourselves into making better decisions, or nudge ourselves in the right direction, if you will. Research by Sam and Gatcher in 2009 demonstrates humans are far more motivated to avoid losses than to pursue equivalent gains. Basically, gaining an extra day's worth of food was a nice bonus, but losing today's meal would have been a disaster. To confirm this, he conducted a study where information collected from registration fees that included either penalties for late payments or discounts for early ones were analyzed. Despite the amounts payable being identical, late fees resulted in 93% of people paying on time, avoiding a loss, while early discounts were only taken up by 67%, getting a gain. All that said, I hope you were able to learn something from framing and use this power for good. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Adea, and this is Psych Explained.